Hi, and welcome to another mindfulness meditation with me, Sandra, and the Academy of Making Zen. So find your favorite meditation posture, make yourself comfortable, and rest into that position. Really feel how you are sitting, how you are resting, lying, and hand all of your body weight over to the ground underneath you. Feel how all of that body weight is resting here and now. Become aware of the ground underneath you. Become aware if it's soft or hard. Become aware of the sounds around you. And become aware how they have nothing to do with you. They just are. Let them wash through you. They can exist out there. And as we step away from the day that we had so far, we're leaving everything else outside. Leave it outside this room. Everything that happened before, everything that may or may not happen afterwards, just leave it outside. During our time in meditation, there's no memory of the past. There's no concerns about the future. There's no responsibility. There's just you and your breath. So become aware of your breathing just as it is, entering and leaving your body at your nostril, and just feel it. Feel the tingling feeling of the in-breath, and also feel as the breath is leaving. And become aware of that rhythm, the rhythm of your breath, which really is the rhythm of your life, flowing in and flowing out. And maybe become aware how each breath is slightly different. Some are deeper, some are shallow, some are longer, and some are shorter. And we're not changing anything, we're just observing what is. There's no right or wrong. Your breath is right exactly as it is. So we're just observing. And if a thought comes up or any other distraction, just realize that there is one, and then let it go like a cloud in the sky. And bring your attention again to the next gentle breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Beautiful. There's nowhere to go, no one to be, nothing to do. Just observing your breath, being gentle and kind to yourself. Just breathing and resting here. Today I want to bring another view, another vantage point to the topic of happiness. Because one of the clouds that obscure our innate state of happiness is unnecessary fear and anxiety. And I mean unnecessary in the sense of not appropriate in the situation. Because that is the fear that keeps us up at night or stops us from being open to new possibilities and opportunities. You see, when we focus our attention on all the horrible things that could happen to us, we have little time and energy to enjoy the higher fulfillment and the bliss. So this week, I would like to encourage you to replace fear with love, identifying and gently releasing thought patterns that have kept us stuck by opening to higher states of awareness, love, and peace. Are you still with your breathing rhythm? Just become aware of it. And also become aware where you feel your breath best. Is that in your shoulders? Maybe it's in your chest. Maybe it's even in your belly. Can you feel the expansion and contraction of the breath deep in your belly? And as we focus on replacing fear with love, we begin with an important distinction between healthy fear and the fear that keeps us stuck in unhappiness. Healthy fear is an instinctual response rooted in our drive for self-preservation. It's the biological warning system that is automatically triggered when we hear a rustle of a potential predator in a dark forest or alley. It increases our sensory alertness and releases a host of biochemical changes that prepares the body-mind to fight, flee, or befriend. The other kind of fear, which I call unhealthy fear, stems from the ego's sense of separation, not realizing that it is an inextricable part of the universe. The ego feels vulnerable and constantly struggles to survive in what it perceives as a hostile world. This is why the ancient sages of India taught that fear is born of duality. When humans begin to think they are separate from the universe, from spirit, from God, or whatever name you prefer for this infinite field of potentiality, they immediately become afraid of what might happen to them. Bottom line, the reason why we're scared of rejection, failure, intimacy, embarrassment, abandonment, loss, the unknown, being judged, being alone, not being alone, losing control, expressing our true feelings, and so many other things, is that we've mistakenly identified ourselves with our limited ego self. When we know, feel, and accept ourselves to be one with all existence, then nothing is separate or foreign to our nature, and all of our unhealthy fears dissolve. I want to dedicate this week's meditation to gently releasing the grip of our ego's fears and expanding our awareness to our true nature, infinite, whole. Just for a moment, ask yourself, what would I be afraid of if I didn't have a past? What would I be afraid of if I didn't have a past? The answer is evident: nothing. Fear is the product of memory which dwells in the past. Remembering what hurt us before, we put our energy into making certain that an old hurt will not repeat itself. We may do almost anything to avoid another painful experience, rejection, betrayal. But trying to impose the past on the present will never eliminate the threat of being hurt. That happens only when we find the security of our own being, which is love. Then we can face any threat, because our inner strength is vulnerable to fear. Keep in mind that moving from fear to love is most often a gradual process of remembering and forgetting, and then remembering again For a few moments, a few days or longer, we remember that who we really are is love. Then some old conditioning reasserts itself. We forget who we are. And we find ourselves immersed in an anxious thought about the future. And as you go through those natural cycles, a technique for meditation is invaluable. As soon as you're aware that you're acting from fear or telling yourself stories about the future, when you find yourself worrying, repeating the same story over and over again, that creates feelings of anxiety. So simply notice what you're doing without judging yourself or getting caught up in another story. Just notice that this is what's happening. Just observe yourself. Notice what your body and breath are doing. Hear your tone of the voice. And then ask yourself, who is it that is observing all this? This is your core self, your quiet center that we experience in meditation, that exists outside and independent from your fear. If you shift your center of identity to your authentic self, and from that place, noticing that everything is okay right now, here and now, from this place, you can be with the fear, observing it without being in its grip. The fear then is only a disturbance within your larger field. Observing it. The settled presence of your awareness allows the fear to be dissipated and resolved in the context of your love and acceptance. And one day, you will have eliminated all illusions and barriers to your awareness of your connection to spirit. But in the meantime, this is a way to deal with the doubts and fears that come along. Bring your awareness again to your breath. Take a slow, deep breath in and gently release the breath. Take another long, deep inhalation, expanding to your belly. Bring new vital energy in. And as you release, pay attention and let go of one non-nourishing behavior that is not serving your emotional need. Breathing in, awareness. Breathing out, letting go. Take in one more breath, deep breath in and hold it a bit. And as you release, experience a sense of relief with the choice of letting go, letting go, letting go. Make that choice of letting go of one non-nourishing behavior that is not serving your emotional need. Just be aware of your breath. Enjoy the silence. Become aware of your breathing once more and just observe it. So we have to make a distinction between healthy fear, which is a reaction to an imminent threat or danger, and then unhealthy fear, where comparison or judgment based on past experience or hearsay make our mind go round and round in circles, not getting anywhere. And that stresses us out. How do we deal with this? By becoming aware of it and observing it. Observing what is happening in this very moment. How we are telling us stories that actually are not true, are not happening right now. So stop telling stories and just watch what is present in the here and now. Is there truly an imminent threat, or just a projection of a possible future? And then deal with it. If you find there is actually an imminent threat, act accordingly. If it's a projection of a possible future, what helps me in this moment is the mantra of right here, right now, everything is okay. Right here, right now, everything is okay. And sometimes I add, I am healing. I am healing. Watching the breath again, just as it is. Beautiful. And maybe become aware if your breath has changed since we started. Maybe it's still the same. Everything is okay. There's still nowhere to go, no one to be, nothing to do. Right now, we are resting, calming, energizing, healing. Right here, right now, everything is okay. And then slowly become aware of the room around you. Slowly become aware of the sounds around you. Become aware of where your feet are placed and where your hands are placed. Slowly inviting life back into your body by moving your toes and your feet, moving your fingers and your hands. Taking a deeper breath into your body and maybe stretching your neck or rolling your shoulders. Inviting another deep breath into your body. Stretching your whole body if you feel like it. And then gently, whenever you feel like it, open your eyes. Welcome back. So next time you find yourself going around in circles, worrying, just listen to the stories that you might tell yourself and become aware whether they are actually true or whether they are just in your head. Just become aware of them and bring yourself back into the here and now. You have a wonderful week full of lovely observations and enjoy. I see you again next week. Bye for now.